Donna, especially you. What? I hope you can all hear me. We are gathered today to celebrate and give thanks for the person who has continued this fast for 40 days. We've made a lot of progress in this fast. There are a lot of things to be proud of. We had people from the State Department, people from the administration, members of Congress who have learned about the situation with the Kurds and specifically the plight of Leyla Zana. We have hope again. We have real hope that we can change the situation not only for Leyla Zana but for Kurds in general. And there are so many people to thank who come out of wherever they are, who brought their time and their goodness and held hands with us and shaken hands with us and encouraged us when times looked very bleak. But there is one man who has done so much and has amazed us all. For 40 days, he's kept a sense of humor, he's kept us happy, and he's made us hopeful. And Ferda, I would love it if you could say a few words.
First of all, I say thank you very much. You support us too much. And I'm here 40 days. I'm happy what I do is the right way. And I want to read değerli dostlar. Dünyanın barış içinde yaşamasına insan hakları savunucuları hoş geldiniz. 20 Ekim 1997'de Kürdistan'a barış, Leyla Zana ve arkadaşlarına özgürlük için başlatmış olduğumuz açlık grevinin 40. gününü doldurdu. 14 yıldır Kürdistan'daki kirli savaş sürdürmektedir. TC bu kirli savaşa Kürtleri Kürtlere vurdurmak için Kürt köylerine koruculuğu dayattı. Korucu olmayı ihanet sayan 3200 köy boşaltıldı, bombalandı ve yakıldı. 5 milyon Kürt evsiz kaldı ve koruculuğu reddeden bu yurtsever köylülere işkence edildi. 10 bini aşkın Kürt zindanlara mahkum edildi. 4 bini aşkın insan faili meçhul cinayetlerle katledildi. 1991 yılında Kürt iradesiyle Türkiye Cumhuriyeti Meclisi'ne seçilen Leyla Zana ve arkadaşları tutuklandı ve 1994 yılında 15 yıla mahkum edildi. 20 Ekim 1991'de Kürt iradesinin meclise taşınma tarihi olmasından dolayı açlık grevine bu tarihte başladı. Açlık hissettik fakat havaların soğuk oluşu bizleri daha çok zorladı. Dünyanın birçok yerinde destek mesajları ve telefonlar aldık. Kongre üyelerinin, insan hakları savunucularının, Amerika'daki Kürt kitlesinin bizi ziyaretleri, gülüşleri ve samimiyetleri hem açlığı hem de soğuğu bize unutturdu. Eylemimiz 10 gazetede haber oldu. 9 kongre üyesi eylemimizi ve Kürdistan'daki durumu kongrede dile getirdi. Şu ana kadar 32 kongre üyesi bizi ziyaret etti. Ayrıca Amerika'nın Birleşmiş Milletler Meclisi temsilcisi Bill Richardson bizi ziyaret etti. Dışişler Bakan Yardımcısı bizimle konuştu ve asistanı bizi ziyaret etti. Çalışmalarımız, irademiz ve gelen destekler sonucu Başkan Clinton 153 kongre üyesinin imzasını taşıyan mektuba cevap verdi. Kürdistan'daki durumu Leyla Zana ve arkadaşlarının konusunun 19 Aralık'ta Mesut Yılmaz'ın kendisi ve devlet başkanı Madalina Albright ile olan görüşmesinden dile getireceğini söyledi. Bu başarılı eylemimizle birçok yerde söz aldık. Bundan sonra da bu konu üzerinde çalışmalarımız olacak. Başarılı olmanın mutluluğunu ve zor uzun bir zamandan sonra görmenin sevinci içindeyim. Birlikte her şeyin üstünden geliriz. Teşekkür ederim. Thank you.
as we're standing here, I've just noticed that at the White House, they are putting up the Christmas decorations. I think that this season we should have a free Leyla Zana sign hanging from the front of the White House. That would be a way to really celebrate Thanksgiving and celebrate the end of the year. I am so happy that Ferda is breaking his fast today. It is, he has been a true inspiration to everyone, and I just can't thank him enough for making this kind of commitment. It makes me anyway feel that I haven't done what I should do for my fellow human being. And Ferda, this will be indelibly etched in my memory. And I think everyone who has visited you will feel the same thing. Thank you very much. Now, the next person who will speak is Connie. Connie, who organized this from the beginning, who has gone through incredible personal sacrifice, who has withstood the tremendous impact on his health that the fast took, and who's always there when we need help or a little inspiration or a little common sense. And Connie, the world owes you as well as Ferda a great debt of gratitude. And on this Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving, I just want to say thank you for you. Connie Shuran.
خوشکو براین دلال هم خیراتن خبردانا حوال فردا کر اگر ممکن نکن از انگلیزی بفیجم. Arkadaşlar hoş geldiniz. Ferda arkadaşın okuduğu metni birazdan İngilizce'de okuyacağım. Friends, dear friends, 40 days ago today, 6 of us undertook a fast here in Washington to free a Kurdish woman, Leyla Zana, and to spark a discussion on the plight of the Kurds. We had prepared ourselves for the hunger, but the cold also tested our dedication. After the second week, our sufferings intensified, and one by one, the original group of fasters parted. Today, on the last day of our vigil, we have one friend left. A few minutes ago marked the 40th day of his fast. Personally, I'm proud of Ferda and his commitment to the cause of peace and freedom for our people. I'm reminded of a quote by Shakespeare. Here is a man, take him all in all. He will not come upon his likes again. Please join me in giving Ferda a round of applause. Today, with some guarded optimism, we can report to you that our fast did have its intended effect on the policymakers in Washington. We also wanted to reach out to the mainstream media. Although the Washington Post and Chicago Tribune did pay some homage to our fast, much of the rest of the mainstream media kept their distance from us. They failed to validate our nonviolent message for peace and freedom. They did a disservice to our people's longing for peace and to their people's longing for the truth. It is unfortunate that Saddam and war sell better than Ferda and peace. Frankly, we are not disappointed. We are committed to our cause more than ever before. Leyla Zana's case was not unknown in Washington previous to the fast for peace, but it was not foremost on the minds of members of Congress and the Clinton administration. Turkey is a formidable opponent, and many believe that confronting Ankara would be a grand gesture that would bear little or no fruit. We took it upon ourselves to convey to the lawmakers our conviction that Washington can make a difference. We operated on the principle that complacency, more than Turkish intransigence, will prolong Leyla's suffering and deny the Kurds the fruits of peace. Since we first took our cause to the Capitol steps 40 days ago and moved here in the last 12 days, we have been encouraged by the outpouring of support. 32 members of the United States Congress visited us in the course of our fast. 5 of them took our message of nonviolence to the House floor and addressed the nation via C-SPAN. To list all these wonderful individuals is just too many. In the interest of time, I'd like to acknowledge a few. Congressman John Edward Porter, Congressman Ben Gilman, Congresswoman Elizabeth First, Congresswoman Connie Morella, Congressman Esteban Torres, Congressman Bob Filner, and Congressman Ron Dellums. They honored us with their presence and with their words of support. We will never forget their friendship. As some of you may know, 153 members of the United States Congress signed on to a congressional letter urging President Clinton to raise Leyla's case with the Turkish authorities at the highest level and seek her immediate and unconditional release from the Turkish prison. On November 20, 1997, President Clinton wrote back to the lawmakers and promised to tackle the issue with the Turkish Prime Minister Mesut Yilmaz when he visits the White House on December 19, 1997. We hope their meeting will be a fruitful one and Leyla's release will follow that of Li Jingsheng. The memory of cold and hunger we suffered will certainly be a distant one then. We will be praying and hoping. I'd be doing something amiss at this time if I did not mention another congressional letter that was sent to Secretary of State Albright by House International Committee Chairman Van Gilman and the ranking Democrat of the same committee, Lee Hamilton. Referring to our ongoing fast for the urgency of the situation, they asked the Secretary to make the case of Leyla Zana's freedom a priority in her encounters with the Turkish officials. We were elated by their action and we thank them for their service. In the course of our fast, we also received a call from John Chaddock, Assistant Secretary of State for Democracy, Human Rights and Labor. Mr. Steve Coffey, his deputy, was gracious enough to join us on the Capitol steps. On the 20th day of our fast, Ambassador Bill Richardson took up our cause, met with us, and discussed Leyla Zana's situation. Mr. Richardson told us that our message had been heard and urged us to end our fast. We thanked him for his concern. One of our friends did stop his fast at the request of Mr. Richardson. These past 40 days have had their moments of poignancy and also those of hope. At the closing of each day for each fasting friend, we read aloud the name of a Kurdish or Turkish political prisoner who had been tortured to death in Turkish prisons between 1980 and 1994. We had the names of 420 political prisoners. We could only read 162 names. It was very difficult to read those names sometimes. Some were friends we had left behind who had met violent ends while they were still very young. Others were fathers, few of them mothers, and some had died of hunger strikes the way Bobby Sands starved himself to death in Ireland. Our list is part of a book called File of Torture. As you would expect, the book is banned in Turkey. On the positive side, our American friends and the members of the Kurdish community brought us flowers, Gatorade, and most importantly, warmth as we got weaker and cold in the advanced stages of the fast. The staff of the Human Rights Alliance and that of our office, the American Kurdish Information Network, went above and beyond the call of duty to accommodate us with our increasing medical needs. I want to express my personal appreciation to Sister Pat Cromer, Linnea Malcherik, and Jennifer Carnahan. Finally, I cannot thank enough my fellow fasters. First, our American friends, Catherine Cameron Porter, Linnea Malcherik, and then the Kurds, Ferda Beyrikan, Ahmet Kozlu, and Dara Rizgari. Together, we stood up, or laid down, if you will, to tyranny, to injustice, and to oppression. We did it to satiate our people's longing for peace. We raised a milestone of goodwill in the long journey into the future of the Kurdish-American relations. This time, the occupant of this house chose not to address us. Had he come, we would have told him with our weak voice that we wish to be embraced by Americans as friends and not be the target of the bullets they provide to our misguided adversaries. Ours has been an investment in peace, and we will not rest until we get our dividends. As always, we thank you for your interest in the Kurds. Thank you very much.
I just want to thank all of you for coming again. I just want to reiterate to the people in the White House that American people will not forget the Kurds, will not allow our policy that is so detrimental to innocent women and children to continue. And you might not have responded to us this time, but you will the next. We will not give up until the Kurds are free to be Kurds and that human rights are respected in Turkey. Thank you.